India, it's funny, people really take this rhetoric about human rights and all this stuff as if it has any meaning, coming from all these, organizations.
Yeah.
We should look at human rights are simply weapons of global war. The human rights organizations the human rights have been weaponized. So you create a dossier, on Saddam Hussein, and he's your guy. He was America's favorite dictator, right? But when the time comes to take him out, you pull out this dossier and say, look at all these human rights problems.
Exactly.
Exactly. Same thing with Gaddafi. He's there for all this time, but now there's a problem which is nothing to do with his human rights, nothing to do with all of that. But you bring out this, oh, look at all this human rights happening. That's the propaganda. While internally, all the emails are clear what they're actually doing it for.
Taliban,
Similarly, the attacks on India and coming from US academia, all of this. First thing Indians have to realize is this is part of propaganda war. This is part of narrative war. It's part of propaganda war. Just like British India, East India Company had sepoys, the British Empire had sepoys. They have recruited a lot of Indian sepoys for this propaganda war, and they are firing on India and on Indians. And this is not to say there is no caste atrocity or nothing like that happened, or Dalits were never discriminated against. We're not saying any of that. What we're saying is that every society has problems.
Yes.
India will also have some problems. And there are more than 1 billion people living in India. They're not going to suddenly emigrate to America. It's not going to happen. America is not going to let them in, right? They're going to have to live in India and solve their problems together. When these foreign interventions come, they are not helping India. They're not helping Indian society. They're not helping quote Dalits. They're not helping any of these so-called underprivileged groups. All they're doing is pitting one group against the other to lead to violent clashes that will burn all of India. It's not helping anybody, right? And their agenda is not to help anybody. That's just the rhetoric. So we have to be very clear about that, to say, yes, we may have problems to solve. We do have problems to solve, and we are working on those problems in India. A lot of work has been done. Amazing work has been done. And India will continue to work on that. What we don't need is Rahul Gandhi going out and saying, oh, we need foreign intervention from Europe, and that this is the exact kind of thing that creates these problems.
Yes.
And has created problems for India in the past. And also we have to take all of what American academia produces with a grain of salt, or all of what Western academia produces with a grain of salt, what media produces with a grain of salt. They have their own marching orders, they have their own agendas, and we can't take them very seriously.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.